Welcome to the Beaver and Daggy show, brought to you by Pro Group Racing. Unfortunately, it's just the Beaver this week. Daggy is up there sunning himself at the Magic Millions, out and about, working and playing the field there, and getting in amongst it with all the trainers, and couldn't join us today. So the Beaver's going to come and do a analysis and give the punters a few tips. I generally give all the winning tips anyways, so we shouldn't miss Daggy too much. Starting off at the Gold Coast, Magic Millions Day, in the first, the Magic Millions Maiden Plate. A lot of horses here have had a few starts and pretty mixed bag of form around the traps. I've gone with the favourite from the Snowden stable, Warmth, around the $3 marks, had 3 starts, placings in all of them in Sydney. But some good form. Last start, it finished second behind Lady of Luxury, that starts later in the day in a pretty good quality race, wasn't beat by much, and ran a nice second, beaten by less than a length by Ruby Kisses down at Goulburn. And Goulburn form can sometimes convert, or generally does convert into city form when the likes of Snowden take horses down and then bring them back to the city. So I've got Warmth on top, got the right draw, got the right jockey, and Tommy Berry. Should be hard to beat there in the first. Moving into the second, the Magic Millions Open over 1,800 metres. Again, a fairly open race. Not a race that I am overly keen on. There's a number of horses in here that seem to, if they ran against each other, probably turn the results on a number of occasions. But a lot of these horses haven't won in a while. Love Tap, Big Boy Roy, Reloaded, they've been in and amongst it. Saltpeter hasn't run well for a few starts. Wheelhouse had been racing in better company before it had a really nice win last start. Again, Tommy Berry aboard from the Wallace stable, won at the Gold Coast last start, finished off that race nicely, coming from 10th on the turn. Thought it would be super hard to beat and probably get us off to the start of the day with a couple of favourites getting home. Moving on to the third, probably the race I least like on the card, the Audi Centre Magic Millions, 2,400 metre race, top weight being the favourite Parry Sound with James McDonald on board. Won well last start, but was long odds and probably wasn't expected to win. Not without a chance here. I've settled on the second favourite, Paddy. It's been really consistent this preparation. Last 3 starts, it's finished third, and before that had a win. Should be suited by the distance. Gets the right draw here. Look, I'm looking for it to run a bold race and has plenty of miles in the legs to make sure that it runs out the 2,000 metres. So a race I'm not overly keen on, but about the $5 mark, Paddy is the horse for me. The fourth race is the TAB Magic Millions Fillies and Mares over 1,300 metres, and pretty nice race this one. I think there's plenty of chances in this. Probably any of the top 5 or 6 horses present reasonable value and all can run a good race. I've settled on Brookspear. Was long odds on, beaten by Expat last start. Was probably started a bit shorter than what it should have against the likes of Expat, who was always going to run along and be hard to run down. I think from the 1 gate, Brookspear gets the right run here. It'll be on speed as long as McAvoy can get it out. And the shorter straight at Gold Coast might prove a little bit nippy for some of these, but obviously plenty of quality here. Kikau will get back in the field and storm home. Second up, Lady of Luxury is flying, and Snap Dancer, we know, is a quality horse that's raced in some really good company races, but I'll settle on number 8, Brookspear. The 5th race, another really quality race here. It's live in Queensland Magic Millions race, 1,200 metres. Our favourite is Away Game, and rightfully so. It was outstanding last start, flushed home against a pretty good quality horse, got well out of its ground and was taking a lot of ground off it at the end of the race. But I've gone, the one draw I'm not so sure, really suits Away Game. It's going to need a little bit of luck there. And for that reason, I've gone for Isotope. It's resuming here. I expect it to be fit and ready to go and get the right run in this race. Should get the sit and be flashing home at the end of the 1,200 metres. Yeah, Isotope for me. Moving into the Magic Millions Cup, 1400 meter, race 6. Again, another very nice race here. A lot of chances here. A couple of the ones that I did like in Apache Chase and Bo Rossa have drawn really wide and off the track, which presented a bit of a concern to me. They probably will come in a little bit with a scratching or two. Blondau's already scratched, so from gate 17, so that's going to bring Apache Chase in one. It's really going to depend on a bit of luck in running for a lot of these horses, particularly Bo Rossa and Apache Chase. Bo Rossa was very good. First up, its condition just came tapered off there after a pretty luckless run. I think it sat 3 wide for most of the trip there, so did well to finish 4th. In regards to my tip, I've settled on 11:11. I just think from the draw, gate 5, Huey Bowman aboard, I think I can get the right track into this race. I think there'll be enough pace on over the 1400 metres. I think horses like Sir Rocket will probably need to push forward from the inside gates. And I think that just might give 11:11 a really nice sit in this. Apache Chase has got a really tough decision to make there, whether to go forward and probably present some more pace in the race for the likes of 11:11, or sit back and that might just allow 11:11 to finish over these in what will be a very good race and probably a pretty interesting finish, I think. But plenty of chances here outside of the market. Yeah, there's five under $10 and should be an interesting race. Race 7 is the Star Magic Millions. Quality race and a quality lot of youngsters lining up here. Look, the hot favourite is Coolangatta. I think $2.10 is probably a pretty good price, to be honest. There's only 3 horses under the $10 mark. I just don't see too many horses here with beating it. The second favourite, Rushing Conquest, has performed well in its 2 starts. 2 very nice wins and 2 fairly convincing wins. Gate 4 means that it probably gets the run in the race compared to Coolangatta, who will have to do a little bit of work from gate 12. I think it comes in one already with the scratching. So look, it might start in around gate 10, which probably wouldn't hurt this horse. It'll go forward and yeah, I think at $2.10 probably for me. Best bet on the card. So Coolangatta and the Magic Millions for me. They get a bit tougher later in the day. We have the resuming Jamia starting favourite at $5 in race 8. The Gold Coast Magic Millions for 3-year-olds. Again, a few of the other well-fancied horses in King of Sparta, I Am Lethal and Indiscreetly, again, haven't been had too much luck with the draw. I've settled on Starman. Really liked the way that it won at the Gold Coast last start after a good run at Randwick, where it finished just behind the place getters. Looks to be thriving up at the Gold Coast over the 1200. Really put pay to that field, winning by 3.5 lengths. For me, I just think this is cherry ripe. It's got James McDonald on board. That'll find a length. And for me, Starman, race 8, number 6, around the $8 mark is my value bet of the day. To finish the card, another open race. I've settled on the favourite, Miami Fleece. First up was very good, a really nice win. Wasn't disgraced last start in a pretty good event, a listed race. 3 lengths off them, had to be used up pretty early. I'm not sure the heavy track really suited it a great deal. It's only had the only 2 times it's missed out on running a place or winning. It's won 5 from 8 and a placing was on heavy tracks. So I'm going to put a line through last start and say the heavy tracks doesn't suit my Madam Fleece, and I'm going to make it my tip in race number 9. So that's my tips there for the Gold Coast. Moving over now to Rose Hill. Again, a pretty interesting card here. I'll move pretty quickly through this. I've got a few tips here. Not so sure. In the first race here, Kia Royale, the favourite, $2.50. I think it'll be pretty hard to beat. Its form, 3 starts, a win and a placing and 2 wins, makes it look very hard to beat in this race. Yeah, I think it'll get the right run, gets the 1.5 kilo claim from Tom Sherry. Waller will have this cherry ripe and super hard to beat. The next race, a lot of the unraced here, or all of them, pretty much most of them unraced here. Odds on favourite, Metallicity, outstanding at the trials. I think this horse will be winning. Snowden trained, Clipperton ridden. The highway and the midway, happy to let go through to the keeper. Moving on to the 5th race, the Highland Race Colours Handicap over 2,000 metres. I think Niffler gets out to the right distance now at the 2,000 metres. It was a nice run last start. It was still tracking to the line and was beaten just over a length by Casino Kid. I think this is no stronger, probably actually a little bit weaker here. Again, Tom Sherry aboard, gets the 1.5 kilo claim here and should prove hardest to beat. As we move into the later races of the day and get to the 6th race, the AC Securities Handicap over 1,500 metres. Looking for a bit more value here. I like the look of Love Planet. 3rd up now. I think it gets out again. Stepped out the extra 300 metres from 1,200 to 1,500 last start and probably just petered on its run. Now gets the 2nd run back at the 1,500 metres. Should be able to get and sit on pace. I expect Rosehill to play forward tomorrow. And for that reason, I think Love Planet might be the hardest to beat in race 6. Moving to race 7, my best bet of the day at Rosehill comes up in race 7, the Sweps Handicap over 1,100 metres. The Bopper resumed, looked outstanding in its resumption here. I think meets a slightly more difficult field here, but like the way it won first up, and don't see any reason that it won't be winning again. Race 7, not overly fancied on this race. Plenty of open. It's a pretty open race and plenty of chances in this race. Any of the first 5 can win. Didn't really have a leaning for anything, so I thought I would leave that one up to my friends, you, the punters. Moving on to race 9, the second last and penultimate of the day. I thought El Buena, 3rd up, showed that it's back to its best. Like the way it just set off the pace last start, hit the line nicely to run past Tamerlane. Before that, looked pretty good, running 3rd at Kembla, where it ran home nicely behind the likes of Rangers, who is going well. Yeah, suited here and should be one of the hardest to beat. It's my value bet of the day at Rosehill. That's race 9, number 8, El Buena. To finish the day, gone for a horse that I quite often follow, and that's Irish Angel. Tom Sherry aboard again, 1.5 kilo claim here. I think Tom can ride a few winners there tomorrow, and no reason he can't finish off the last here with another winner. Very consistent. First up was an outstanding win by 3 lengths, and then 2 runs since then have been both full of merit. I think it can bounce back to the winners list and finish off the day with a winner, top weight Irish Angel. So that's my tips there for Pro Group Racing. Visit Pro Group Racing to get all your latest tips, form guides, catch up with the Beaver and the Daggy, and also the latest news and what's happening in and about the tracks. That's all I've got here for Pro Group Racing. So thanks to the punters. Good luck on Magic Millions Day. Hope Daggy's up there not enjoying himself too much and staying off the beers. And Beaver and Daggy will be back with you punters next week for another show. Ciao for now.